Welcome to Living with Grace. My name is Anne. My name means grace. It means favored as well, favored of God. And I believe that we are truly favored. He loves us that much. Our lives are a reflection of who he is in our lives, if we can recognize it, right? This video is going to be talking about the TikTok series that went viral. I think it's Nessa Tessa or Tessa Nessa. If you want to talk about it, based off of my observation, I don't know her personally, but I want to talk about what I had observed and watched and learned from it, because we all can take something from it. If you want to join this conversation, continue watching. If not, see you in another video. Love or no, but this is what this video is about. All right. So grab your drinks. I got some water. This is my second video for today because I'm on a roll. And I got my water. I got to cut the coffee out because the caffeine level is like dangerous. But yes, grab your drinks. Let's sit and talk about it. Let's reason. Okay. So I wanted to wait a little bit because I didn't want to jump on the wagon and everyone's like, da, 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 back and forth. I'm just like, okay, this is my perspective with anything and everything. When someone speaks to me based off of their experience and what they're going through, and they bring other people involved, I don't necessarily, and I think I've gained this skill being a hairstylist. I don't think of the other person. They're not there. They're not in front of me. I'm listening to the person that is speaking to me and their perception and their interpretation and their experience and how they took it, how they feel. And that's how that's how I listen to people, right? So listening to her story, I was like, oh my gosh, man. It reminded me of when I married this person. Fully in love, gaga goo goo. And they have all these terms now with gaslighting us. So I didn't know about those terms, but I met someone. We both followed the Lord Jesus. We both got baptized. We both lived our lives. When we first met, we were fornicating, drinking, all that stuff, smoking, all that stuff. Then we decided to walk right with the Lord. And we didn't do anything until we got married. And that felt so good because I was like, oh my gosh, this person loves me for me. Because in my past, I always thought that people wanted me for sex because it was taken from me at a young age. Okay, long story short. And I was married to him for how many years? We had a child, but miscarried. He had children from before me. I had children. A lot went on, and eventually he left me. He wanted me to sign papers or have him become a citizen here. But I'm like, is that why you married me? Do you know what I'm saying? To start asking questions. And then in the process of it, I withdrew the citizenship or whatever because I was like, something doesn't feel right. And then in all that, we ended up separating and divorce and all that stuff. And it did break me a little bit because I believed it was real. But my goodness, God saved me. God saved me from a lot. Okay. Thank God. Because even when he transformed and started living that life again, I had no dealings with it. Like any money he got, anything, any fancy stuff, he didn't give it to me. He didn't bless me with it. I shouldn't even say bless me with it. That transaction didn't even translate into my hands. What happened was we were separated. He started hanging out with his friends, all this stuff. Never came home. Da 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 da. I ended up homeless. I ended up trying to find a place to live. Stayed at a client's house and went through my stuff. He wanted everything. He wanted the salon stuff. Gave it to him. Left. We clean slate. So my life and his changed. Yes, we were friends as he's doing his stuff. But it was always talking about the Lord and being right with God and stuff like that. We didn't get back together. So when I heard her story, I was like, girlfriend, I love the way she spoke. I love the way she spoke about what had happened. It was so clairvoyant. I understood everything she was saying and I felt it for her. I understood her need. I understood her desires. I understood her interpretation of what he was doing. I understood when she called him Legion, because in the Bible, Legion is many different demons. And in an experience like that, you're going to look at the person like that. But at the same time, a person carries certain or allows certain spirits or entertains certain spirits. I don't know him. I don't know her. I'm just saying I understood her vocabulary and the words that she had chose. I'm looking over here because I thought that the screen had that the video had stopped. Did it stop? No, it's still going. Look at the seconds now. Okay. So I would say that it took, and oh yeah, and I wanted to touch note on this too. I don't want to be all over the place. I want to touch note on this and then continue on. I don't know if you grew up in a family where they said, don't discuss your business, don't talk your business. It should just be quiet. I'll say this, we're in an age now where people are expressing themselves in a different way. When you're exposing something or someone, that's how you're seeing it. And lightly, not even lightly, facts, some things need to be said out loud for others to take notice. And social media is a platform in which people are hearing and understanding. Who are we to judge her or him or anyone? I think that we are to learn something from what she is saying, her story. Is it relatable? Does that pertain to you? Is that going on in your life? Is your friend going through something like that? Like the way she spoke about it, I took it as her setting herself free from shame, embarrassment. She held herself accountable. She didn't even say any names because she was talking about her story. She has a right to do that. The way she did it, loved it. I loved it. I would watch it again. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us because it takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of courage and you didn't keep it in, but you also set people free. So I just wanted to applaud you for that and thank you for that because me going through that, I was embarrassed and affected my kids and stuff like that because it's relatable. What you went through is relatable. Other people can look back and say, oh my gosh, or even look at their situation and say, is this what's going on? And question it. So thank you for that. The healing part, healing needs to take place. I thank God that God healed me. I believe that God will heal you, already has, but it's showing you something within yourself, right? Because even for me, I needed to learn or at least know and be aware of why the enemy had access to me through a relationship or through a man. But I know now. I knew then, I know now. So I'm extra cautious. Even if someone proposes to me, I'm just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I need to make sure that that person is from God. Lesson learned. So I would say that it was necessary for her to say that in the time that she did. She is living her life right now in terms of experiencing the things that she always wanted, and God is blessing her that way. She spoke out. She spoke out for many. She spoke out based off of her own experience, and she's allowed to. And it brings me back to my cousin. My cousin, her life was taken by someone that she was with, that she tried to flee from. And that's my heart because I was one of those people in my past before I got married in relationships that were very abusive. And as much as people were trying to take me out of it, I could not see because love definition was different. Obligation was different. Love, the definition of love was different and submission was different and all that was perverted. And I thought that that's what I deserved. So a lot of people are going through relationships right now that they feel like they deserve it and that's all they can get. So these topics and these posts are making people aware of their situation now. You know, not saying that he could have taken her life. I'm just saying the choices we make put us in situations that are detrimental to our health. Now, her kicking him out while his knee was hurt, inhumane, but when you watch something or someone out, you do it right away. You don't waste no time, man. You don't waste any time. For me, Star, I was like, he's not gonna die. God's gonna take care of him. You know what I'm saying? And I pray for him too. I didn't watch any of his videos and all that stuff. I didn't watch what other people were saying. I seen something about the ex-wife, but I was like, I don't want to entertain all that. I don't want to get information from all these different things. I just want to hear her story and that's it. Because that's how I took it. She was speaking her story. That's it. Nobody needs no facts. Nobody needs to know nobody needs to know if she's lying or not. That's her interpretation. That's what she experienced. And she was sharing it with us. Now, wow. I just pray for healing in all areas, but I love that she did that. That's what I want to say. You comment below, you let me know. And please keep it where it's based off of what she said. not like lies and this, that person said, because that then it becomes a rumor. Then it becomes he said, she said. We're going based off of facts and what she had said. So it's good to comment based off of that. I applaud her for that. It took courage. And the thing is, we shouldn't be afraid to talk about what we went through. We should not. I, I'm sure she has loved ones. I don't know. She has loved ones to discuss that with. But her speaking it out took her out of that bondage, took her out of talking about something, whether it be a therapist, best friend, or family member. Talking about something sets you free. It really does. Healing takes place because you've acknowledged it, holding yourself accountable, because if it happened to you, it happened for a reason. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm so happy for her. I wish that, can't even wish that, because it is what it is. You know, you grow up with family. Don't say this, don't say that, even when certain things was taken from me. You know, shh. What do you like? Okay, so if which I did, it caused a bigger effect on my life because I couldn't talk to anybody about it. And even when I did talk to a therapist, her language was just textbook. She had no knowledge of what I went through. I needed someone that was relatable, someone that experienced it, and I needed to deep dive and heal properly instead of putting a band-aid on it. That was my mentality. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has their story, everyone has their journey. Speaking about it, talking about it, setting yourself free, but getting healed from it, not just temporarily, is good, because you're gonna always be fearful like it's gonna happen again. Anyhow, I'm gonna go. Comment below. Let me know. All right, because we can look at things as bad or good, but the way we think of it and the way we believe, we're gonna portray it on someone else. Say, she shouldn't have did that. I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did. Anyhow, I'll see you in the next conversation. Yeah, next conversation, next video, next podcast, next whatever. You will see me again. All right? Enough love. Mwah.